there, today we are going to sew up a cinched bodice. I have the clover pattern here in front of me and it's one of this month's featured patterns. I already followed the instructions all the way up to the point to where we are going to do the cinch side. So follow your instructions all the way up to this point. You are just going to sew up the shoulder seams. You are going to pick one side to close. It doesn't matter which side, so I sewed up the side. I hem the bottom, and then you can either use your serger or a sewing machine, and on the opposite side that you did not enclose, you are going to use your serger or the zigzag stitch and go along the edge of the fabric without removing any of the fabric on this side. The next thing you are going to do is you are going to align this side seam and pin or clip all the way down, and you are going to take it to your sewing machine and use a 1/2 inch seam allowance to sew it together, and you are going to use a straight stitch. If you would like to use a stretch stitch, you are more than welcome to do that, but per the instructions, all you need to do is a straight stitch all the way down. If you would prefer to be more precise, you can measure over a 1/2 inch and mark all the way down. That way you get your stitch and your seam allowance correct as well. I'm going to go ahead and take it to my sewing machine. And now that you have your side seam all sewn up, the next step you are going to do is you are going to press this seam open. And then turn your bodice right sides out. And you are going to top stitch all the way down. You are going to use a 3/8 seam allowance from the side seam right here, so over 3/8. And make sure when you are stitching all the way down, you are catching the edge of this seam underneath. And you are going to form 2 tunnels all the way down. Once you have your side seam all top stitched, you are going to take your cinch strap and you are going to fold it right sides together, and you are going to sew the length of the strap all the way down, and you are going to leave the short ends open on each side. Once you have your strap all sewn together, use a safety pin or whatever method you would prefer, and turn the strap right side out. Once you have your strap completely turned right sides out, you are going to cut it in half, making 2 even straps. Then you are going to get your bodice and you are going to use your safety pin. Starting from the bottom hem, you are going to thread one of the cinch straps through the side seam tunnel all the way up to the top. And then you are going to stop when the strap is hanging out about 1/2 inch. Once you have both of your straps all the way through the tunnels, you are going to measure down 1 inch, and you are going to top stitch across, and make sure to backstitch a couple times to add some extra stability here. Then once you have your stitch here, you are going to trim this down as close as you possibly can and trim off the excess on the top. And then you are going to pull the straps and cinch up the side to whatever the desired length that you would prefer. I like to do it on my daughter just to make sure that it's not too short, it's not too long, and it's just the perfect length. And then once you have the side all cinched up, all you have to do is tie your bow. I have my bow all tied at the bottom. Then once you have it cinched how you like it, you have your bow all tied, you can trim these straps and tie a knot at the end. and you are all set.